Hey guys, Eevee Master Gaming back here again with more of the letter. Last episode, we met up with Ash. We met up with almost all the characters except for Rose. Rose wasn't there, but we did finally decide. But we ended up deciding a couple things. We went and saw Zach's movie premiere for whatever fucking reason. I think that was an early game thing that I can't remember, but I don't know. But now the movie's over, and I think pretty soon we're going to be going back to the mansion. But don't quote me on that. So let's get going. Despite the late hour, the streets are bustling full of people, those about to head home, those set to meet someone, even those simply wandering about. Walking in the sea of unfamiliar souls, it strikes me how easy it is for one to get lost in a city as nondescript as Luxborn. I was afraid to, at one point, back when I was new and just set a foot in this place. Now, familiar faces walking with me feels a little like home. Zach and Ash bid us goodbye shortly before Becca and I crossed to the other side of the street. The former claiming he's got a few freelance jobs to take care of before the day ends. And Ash, who knows? He never tells. Sometimes he'll just randomly appear at your doorstep looking for a place to crash. He does that to Zach a lot, much to the latter's frustration. But he's a busy guy too, in spite of the laid back air he gives off. No. Oh, I just got chills and my eyes are a little bit watery. That scared the shit out of me. No, that's fucking creepy. Stop, stop. A sensation. Cold, sickening, drowning, my chest tightening, breathing becoming labored. I can taste blood in my mouth, the edges of my vision blurs. In the distance, amidst the countless nameless people going about their lives, a voice reaches out to me. Fucking stop, no! Oh, I actually have tears in my eyes. Can you guys see that shit? Oh, that's fucking scary. Bleeding even as I clench my eyes tight and clasp my hands over my ears. Whispering, whispering, and whispering, calling out, help me. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Somebody. Oh, dude, I'm actually crying a little bit. Holy fuck, that was creepy as shit. Oh, at her voice, the whole world suddenly snaps into place. The murmur is gone. When I open my eyes, Becca raises an eyebrow at me and questions. Bitch. Follow her without complaint, but not before sneaking a glance to the far end of the street, where the voices came from, where another set of eyes might be staring at me. Nothing. There are only Zack and Ash watching over us as we head back to where Becca parked her car. I'm expecting to see something or someone there. I try not to let it show. Try not to think of the tiny pinpricks of fear crawling at the pit of my stomach. Another glance. With a final wave, we go off our own ways. I don't know what I saw. I don't know what I heard. I don't want to know. Ugh. Fucking no, I don't like this shit. And if this is what would help me sleep tonight, what would give back that normalcy in life, then so be it. Oh, the darkness closes around me, grasping, pulling, engulfing me. The ground caves in, and without warning, I'm falling. Okay, so we're in a new area. My eyes snap open. For an instant, it doesn't immediately register where I am. Both my back and shoulders ache after I've fallen asleep all hunched up the night before, drenched in sweat. The nest of pillows I often keep around me feels more suffocating than comforting. I let my eyes adjust to the bright morning light streaming through my window and allow my breathing to slow before untangling myself from the pile. Oh, fuck. Okay, I haven't had a single dream since coming to Luxborn, or at least none that I can recall having. It's a shame because they used to be so vivid. Not the crazy vivid, but the more pleasant kind I'll tell my siblings about. Maybe it's just the stress of living alone, the knowledge that I'll always wake up to an empty apartment with no one to tell stories to. Fuck, her room's a mess, dude. This looks like my room. Habit forces me to look over at the clock, even with the soreness weighing heavily on my shoulders and the compulsion to never leave my bed early. In a heartbeat, I'm up. It's 5 o'clock. Admittedly, it's a weekend, an unspoken rule that entitles me extra hours of sleep. But if Rose didn't kill me yesterday, she sure as hell will now. And right after what happened, oh Lord, one box of donuts as peace offering won't be enough the second time around. Grabbing my towel, I'm already a few short steps away from the bathroom when a muffled ringing breaks it out from my bag. There's a moment of indecision at first, my mind conflicted whether or not I should ignore it or answer. But what if it's Rose? Or worse, our boss? Ah, sheesh. In the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The letter from yesterday peeks out when I pull the device out. Just the sight of it is enough to be in a foul mood, and it takes every force of will for me to ignore it in favor of answering the call. The ID reads, Mama. It's around 4:45 p.m. in the Philippines right now. Usually it's around noontime, and I'm the one calling, not the other way around. Better for them to use that money on something else than an international call, regardless in the most cheerful tone I can gather. Grace? There's a tired lilt in her voice as she speaks. It's been there since Papa had to leave his job. I wish there's something I could do for her, but from miles away like this, the least I'm able to do is not make her worry. If only my older brother would actually lend her a hand, but Lord knows if that'll ever happen. Odds are, Kuya Jordan is already out drinking right now. Again. I can't count on my older sisters either, knowing she has a family of her own, and, well, Aunt Anne's financial situation isn't exactly great right now, having ran herself knee deep in debt. Yes, I'm vaping. It's a subject I'm a bit hesitant to broach. From the way Mama's voice hitches, she doesn't want to bring it up either. Oops. I won't deny that life has gotten tougher for our family. It used to be easy back when Papa was in good shape, but ever since he was diagnosed with a sickness 5 years ago, he'd been able to provide for us. Now the burden of feeding 8 mouths and settling Papa's bills all rests on my shoulders. Although Mama makes a little, accepting sewing and laundry jobs in our neighborhood, it's scarcely enough to cover the cost of a day-to-day living, let alone the bloating hospital bills. We can't even expect help from our own government because the health insurance there barely covers anything. Silence. I think that the call got to cut until. Hopefully. If not, then I'll find another way. She doesn't need to know that. Sorry, Mama, you taught me not to lie yet. Look at what I'm doing. Kaylin Kaui? When are you coming home? EJ, the youngest, used to be the only person asking me that. How do you respond to a question you don't have a definite answer to? 5 years later, and I still can't give them a straight one. I smile though Mama can't see it. I fight my lips to keep from quivering, my voice from shaking. She's got enough on her plate as it is. No need to weigh her down with unnecessary concerns.
Of course. I'm sorry, Grace. I need to take this for a while.
There's a small commotion on the other end, the sound of gates opening, the voice of a child. EJ, talking excitedly about his days at school, the tapping of feet on floorboards as he runs. It's been years since I went home, but I could still picture the whole scene in my mind. How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids bullying him now that I'm not around? Did Mama rearrange the furniture in the living room again? What are they having for dinner today? I miss them. I miss them so much.
I need to go too. I've got work today. I'll call again soon, alright? On a Saturday? Oh, never mind. Take care of yourself, dear. I love you. Bye.
It ends with a soft click, leaving half truths and empty promises hanging in the air. Closing my eyes for a moment, I take a deep breath and shake away the thoughts beginning to swim inside my head. It's pointless to mull over these things right now.
Okay, Isabella. Time to get that mansion sold.
Unfortunately, before I can take a single step away from a phone, it rings again. No doubt Mama forgot to say something.
Did you forget anything? Excuse you. I'm too young to be. Are you still sleeping? Hold on, never mind that. Get yourself in the office. Hurry. Office? What about the open house? Is it Sir John? Did he hear about yesterday? Am I in trouble? Oh, you gotta go. I'm gonna get yelled at, aren't I? What I do? I'll buy you an extra box of donuts if... No, no, no. It's nothing like that. Will you calm down? Get yourself together, right? I'll tell you everything then.
There's a telltale din of several feet shuffling against the wooden flooring and an instinct yelling in the background before Rose cuts the connection. That isn't in any way comforting, but it's enough reason for me to hastily discard my phone and finish my shower in record time. Oh, excuse me. Alright, looks like I gotta pause the recording for a little bit to go take my dogs out. Sorry about that, guys. I'll be back here. Well, I'll be back. Alright, guys, we're back. Sorry about that. Okay, so she just got back to the office. She just got to the office. Rose will probably be in here soon. Annoyingly. But anyway, we're gonna get started. Okay, sorry. I chugged some water before I came and recorded this, so I gotta. Okay. Whew. Alright. A feat if I take into account my usual travel time. Routine clamor, common to Briar Reality Corporation's Lexborn office, greets me as soon as my foot crosses the threshold. Papers rustling, telephones ringing, and sporadic intervals, agents talking at varying volumes, staff moving about, and my boss's words turn muffled as someone else closes the door to his office, likely the work of our HR manager. Throughout the past week, he's been in a bad mood over very few employees who have failed to report to work. I hear they're still trying to get a hold of them, but to no avail. The result is half their workload has been shifted to all available staff, so as to not lose clients. Not that I mind the extra work. If anything, it means I'll have more to send my family back home. Although the rumors of a branch closure circulating because of this is indeed a bit worrisome. My bag barely touches the top of my table when Rose pulls me aside. One after another, she thrust a bunch of paperwork in my hands without explanation. Page flitters away from the top pile, and I lean down to pick it up, my eyes scanning the top of the page as I straighten. Purchase and sale agreement. Rose simply gestures her thumb in the direction of our visitor's lounge when I tilt my head in question. They're seated on the sofa and looking completely out of place in a humbly decorated room. It's the same couple from the day before. The Wrights. Something bubbles up in my throat. Their presence in the office can only mean one thing. She swats my hand, tugging her sleeve, although her eyes are alight with something akin to joy. She wants the sale to happen as much as I do, and now that it's here, The deal needs to be closed yet. Documents need to be signed still, but the elation's there, along with the foreboding feeling I can't quite pinpoint. Hmm.
One at a time, Rose. I can't process everything you're saying at once. What do you mean? 15% higher than the listing price. As long as we can get paperwork done as soon as possible. I think if we allow it, they'll be paying up front, too. Even with that urban legend.
Oh, wow.
I was so sure we lost the sale after yesterday. Now I'm so surprised. We still have to conduct some last-minute checks before we completely hand it over to them. Please. I'll happily do the paperwork, Demi Rose. I'll even go to the land registry myself and make sure the property changes hands with every single legal blessing.
Don't they have better things to spend money on? I'd haggle it down to the lowest possible price if I were in their place, especially with the stories attached to it. Not that my opinion matters one bit here. We're just their agents who are going to receive the hefty commission. After all, nothing more. Rose gives me a pat on the shoulder, signaling that she's heading back to them, and an unspoken instruction for me to follow after I'm done. It doesn't take me long to finish what work she left me. In fact, having our boss sign the agreement is the easiest since it has put him in a better mood to the entire office relief. Ma'am Hannah calls me over the moment she notices my presence at the lounge door. Her lips are twisted in a frown. She doesn't seem particularly happy to see me, and I'm not surprised. Oh Lord, who wouldn't be? I almost created a scene. Mr. Wright, however,
It's Isabella, sir. Not Chloe. I appreciate your concern. I'm feeling better now.
I really don't understand why they can't get my name right. It's a fairly common name. It shouldn't be too hard to remember. Regardless, I hand him their copy of the agreement.
Understand that. Thank you very much.
With how elegantly she plucks papers off my hands, it's easy to think that there isn't a trace of irritation in her. But it is there, radiating her stiff stance, the way she's standing at a fair distance from her husband, and how the two look to be ignoring each other. Seeing this scene, as soon as it becomes clear to me that I'm not the one who's put her in a bad mood. Did they fight? Most probably. I've seen it happen dozens of times with my previous clients. It's a shame, especially with their new mansion. I never did like it when my own mama and papa fight. I hope they'll make up soon. Apparently satisfied with what she's seen, Ma'am Hannah claps. Oopsie. I didn't mean to do that. Didn't get to read it all, but whatever. Okay, Rose and I release the breath we've been holding, both of us more happy to return the gesture.
Are you really sure about this property, ma'am? We could easily find you a bigger one among our current listings. Something with a modern touch?
Something not haunted, perhaps? Rose shoots me a warning glance that says, "Don't make a scene, we're almost
Of
there."
course. Why wouldn't I be? The house is absolutely perfect, isn't it, darling? Yes, well, we'll get there eventually, love. As I was saying, if your partner had the documents yesterday, we would have gotten right there immediately. Shame she didn't have it. Well, there's still a few necessary documents we need you to sign after, but we'll let you know once we have those finalized. We'll be handling the process for the rest, so don't worry about it, ma'am. Within a week, I heard. We still have a housewarming party to plan after all. You know how much thought we put into their sales. There are servants for that, darling. Love, servants or not, you're going to make people
I'm
listen
gonna
to
move
your
this down a little
appointment
bit.
notice. No more decorating, ma'am. Barring unexpected delays, of course.
Alright, we're gonna check what these. Okay, so the notifications are journal entries. October 21st, Friday. So this is gonna be tomorrow. Oh gosh, there's quite a bit left. Hmm, okay. Relationship. Okay, Hannah. Pretty good. Zachary. It's new and it's gone up. Rebecca is low. I don't know why. Ash. I don't like Rebecca anyway, so yeah. And then it looks like Rose isn't even on there. I wonder why. Alright, let's get back to this. No more than a week, ma'am. Barring. Oh, wait, okay.
Excellent. Well then, I'll leave you two to it. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Oh, and before we forget,
She discreetly folds something into both our hands and winks a finger raised to her lips, demanding our silence.
it was quite unfortunate, but you did get us what we wanted in the end. That, at the very least, is commendable. This is... Man, I can't accept this. Don't you worry, darling. It's a small thing coming from us. Consider this your bonus for a job well done.
She smiles sweetly, like this is simply the most normal thing to do in the world.
Before I forget, my lovely interior designer would appreciate it if you hand her a copy of the floor plan as soon as possible. She's dying to work on the house. You can't do that, Bess. It is a contact. Certainly, ma'am. We'll have it processed as soon as possible. I knew I could count on you lovelies. I hope to see you two soon so we can get this closed.
Just like that, transaction over and done with. My mind's still reeling after they left. Other agents would kill to have clients like them. Part of me feels lucky about the fact no lengthy negotiations, no sudden change of minds, just talk, signatures, and a few handshakes here and there, and we're done. The other part? A second ago, we sold a haunted property to two innocent Kylians. Sure, the commission's big, big enough to continue funding Papa's treatment and hospitalization, big enough to pay all four of my younger siblings' schoolings. Heck, it'll keep me away from instant noodle diet for months. I don't have to go back to the mansion as well, once the deal has been closed, much to my sanity's relief. But knowing that something's in there, and we gave it to a good couple despite that? Oh, Isabella, the things you do to sell a house and get money. Papa won't be happy with that. At least I have good news to tell next time I call home. A little lie I told Mama this morning isn't a lie anymore.
Something. So how does it feel? How does what feel? First, what? Can't say it's silly. I know you've been with us for 12
So they are.
years.
Oh, it is Britain of some sorts. Memorable is an understatement, Rose.
Show some enthusiasm. They gave us a bonus too, aside from the commission, and the other bonus was promised. What do you do with it? I don't know. Send it home, probably. All of it? Not everything, of course. Most of it. I'll leave some for my living expenses. Listen here, Isabella. I'll teach you something I should have told you before you began your training.
She slings an arm over my shoulders and leans in close to my ear as though she's about to share a big
It's
secret.
okay to celebrate from time to time. You don't get it? It's simple. Go out, do something for yourself. Throw a party and treat your friends to free food. Didn't you say the last one said something from tradition that could help for you? Hello, this is practically a done deal. Isn't throwing a party a bit excessive? Your call. I'm not saying no to an invitation, by the way, in case you really are planning to throw one. A few drinks would be nice too, thank you very much. I don't think my apartment's big enough for that. You could always move. Bloody hell, you're working in real estate. I think I'll pass. That's too much of an unnecessary expense for me. But I did promise Becca free lunch in case the sale goes well. You do that. Hold on a sec.
She quickly removes herself for me to answer the phone on her desk. Her tone shifts from playful to professional in the span of a few seconds.
Not a problem, Mary. I'll bring you a copy of the contract.
Must be another client. Nothing surprising there. She's one of BRC's top agents, no matter how modest she appears. A saleswoman through and through. I, on the other hand, have very little knack for it. Of course, I learned, eventually. I had to. But someone else will, without a doubt, do a better job. Once, though, in a drunken stupor, Rose told me a story of what could have been. Years ago, wide eyed, young, and brimming with yet to be fulfilled dreams and ambitions, he was a term or two away from a nursing degree. Out of courtesy, I never pressed on the matter further, but perhaps it's where the sense of fondness started. A small connection due to one similar experience in our respective lives, of goals we both let pass because of the circumstances we're in.
To discuss this in more detail. All right, I'll be there. Thank you. Client? Signed. Haven't called for a while, have I? Not since the first visit to the mansion. Why? No news from the HR yet? Not at all. The boss thinks you ran away. Time to go. It's
Alright, guys, good places I need to end this episode. I'm going to be doing even more, though. Probably do 3 or 4. I don't know, because I'm very much enjoying this game. But anyway, guys, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, ding that bell for me, please. I'd love to have more viewers. I only have a few, even though I have 200 subs. Where the hell are you guys at? But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.